one of their own black corrections recruits. He was a clean shirt officer with identification. The officer clearly identified himself, and ICE told him where his ID was. This is what you voted for. And you can see before, by the way, remember what I've said about every single video from ICE. If the video starts and they're apprehending the person, there's probably a reason for that. Anti-ICE propaganda video timeline. So right here, now they get you, now you start recording. There it is. You can see that? Yep. And, of course, and don't you get act? No. And so this is the list. So you run away, you cause problems, and then they still get you. Now you're recording. I did nothing wrong. Flailing around. This is just like Nazis. Okay, let's see this. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Surely they just randomly got this guy. They thought this guy was an illegal alien, and they had to go put him in jail. Yeah, he's actively resisting? Yeah. It's odd that, and here's what's something that I find to be very odd, is that if you're a correction recruit, if you're a law enforcement recruit, aren't you supposed to know that you're not supposed to resist the police and try to fight and yell at them while they're trying to put you in the car? I mean, like, everybody knows what's going to happen when you do that. It's an inevitability that everybody knows, nobody forgets. It's so obvious. There's not anything going on. Like, you're going in the car, right? Like, you are going to go in the car. Whether you like it or not, you're going to go in the car. And when you make it in the car, then you're going to get in trouble. So it's just, you're just adding charges. You're stressing yourself out. They're not law enforcement. ICE isn't law enforcement. ICE is law enforcement. What do you mean? They're a federal law enforcement officer. Absolutely they are. Like, what are you talking about? Who told you that? Reddit? No, they're absolutely law enforcement. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry to say, it's just, there's a lot of people that have a lot of misconceptions. Let me tell you something. And I find it to be dangerous because if people have these misconceptions, this could lead to them hurting themselves or putting themselves in a position where they could put their lives at risk. It really is. And so I hope you don't actually act on that behavior. I do. It's very, very bad idea. Anyway, so yeah, this is another ICE video where it gets the recording begins at a, never trust an ICE video when the recording video begins at the person being apprehended. Okay, yeah. That's pretty simple. Yeah, I don't even understand how anybody believed this. I really don't. Yeah, never trust these. Like, it's so obvious. The moment's oh no! Oh no! There's no way I would clean her. I don't believe you. Yep. There's a kid. Yeah.
Where's your humanity? Where's your humanity?
What are they supposed to do?
That is a child.
Man. Turn it down. I got it turned down. Ho's mad, huh? A lot of examples for that. Man.
What is wrong with you? That is a child.
Damn whistles. I know. They're so annoying and stupid. Should they just leave the kid on the street? I guess so. Yeah, they should just leave the kid on the street.
A child.
Jesus, man. Oh, the ladies are dumb. These people are so stupid. It's astonishing that there's so many of them, man. It really is. And multiple officers. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what the fuck?
I can confirm last night around 5 p.m., 6 p.m., that I confirm last night around 5 p.m., 6 p.m., that ICE arrested one of our corrections officer recruits. He was hired in February of last year and underwent a rigorous hiring process.
Apparently not.
In fact, the last 3 years, we've had 1,800, almost 1,900 applications, and we've only hired 138.
Yeah.
So our hiring process is pretty rigorous.
Right. Sure. Not rigorous enough, though.
Every hire is legally required to be verified through an I-9. That's everybody within 3 days of hire.
Yeah.
This corrections officer had an I-9 done on him, and his responses and paperwork were pretty straightforward.
Sure.
His I-9 suggested that he was able to work in this country until April of 2029.
Yeah.
Actually, the county has taken one step further and hired an immigration attorney to periodically check these I-9s and make sure that we're doing it correctly. However, because of this guy's pretty straightforward I-9, he was not one that was checked. We've also let 3 people go because of their I-9 not meshing, and we did not hire him as a result of that.
Remember what I told you guys about how this is what they do? Y'all have no idea how bad the amount of fraud, identity theft, lying, fucking like fake documentation that these people have. This is like there is a web of this.
This officer applied for a job in November of 2024.
Yeah.
His background process started in December of 2024.
So an illegal wasn't
completed
ICE?
in
Oh, it was a corrections
December
officer.
17th. So
Yeah.
about 2 weeks. This background included reference checks, criminal history checks,
Yeah.
fingerprints, computer-generated databases, and the results of this individual's background revealed no disqualifying conduct or no disqualifying convictions.
Sure. Cell phone company lease gotta go somewhere? Yep.
The next stage of the process is to fill out a 40-plus page pre-employment polygraph statement that asks things like, are you part of a gang? Have you had anything? Do you drink? Do you use drugs? Do you steal? Have you had any sexual activities with juveniles? It covers just about everything, including whether or not they have monetary problems making their payments.
Yeah. That's smart.
It was followed up by a polygraph by a very qualified polygraphist. And again, there were no statements of
Hold up. A polygraph. Is that what I think it is? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is the police? What the fuck is going on? There's no way.
qualifying conduct or disqualifying activities or crimes that hadn't been detected.
What the fuck is going on?
The individual was arrested last night, was in the academy last fall.
Why don't, honestly, I think they should replace the polygraph with horoscopes. They should be like, oh, this guy's a Taurus. He's gonna kill somebody. No, you can't be part of it. This guy's a Gemini. Oh, he's gonna embezzle funds and steal steal money out of the evidence bank. Okay, next, a Cancer. I mean, look, you see the name. Okay, you're out. Next, all right, yeah. Why don't we just use horoscopes, bro?
And in November,
Women logic,
specifically November 11th through the 13th, this individual left the academy and went to Texas for a hearing on his immigration status.
Yeah.
He didn't let us know until after the fact, and we had some issues with it because we should have known. But as my staff brought it to my attention, it's like, are we really worried about the fact that this individual is trying to get his immigration papers?
Yeah, you should be worried about that for sure. Absolutely, you should be worried about it. Because it's like he's not supposed to be there and he's supposed to be upholding the law in a place he's not even supposed to be at. That's a huge problem. But yeah,
In line,
that's bad. That's
so he can
it's
be
not good. It's bad.
become
It's
a
real
legal
bad.
citizen.
Real bad, super bad.
The book and the movie do not line up.
The book and the movie?
What I heard from Tom Homan
Yeah.
almost a year ago, that we're going to remove the criminals off the street. And I've been pretty vocal about the fact that ICE does have a job to do, and that is to get the criminals off the street. The people that, much like the people that commit crimes that look like us,
Well, hold up. Wait a minute.
Wait, this guy's.
But I thought you said that a minute ago that he submitted an I-9 and you implied that the I-9 was not checked. And so if the I-9 was checked, would you have found out that he wasn't supposed to be there? And if that is the case and he wasn't supposed to be there and he was applying or he put in false information, then wouldn't that mean that he's a criminal? Like, I don't even understand this. Like, I mean, beyond just being an illegal alien, so you shouldn't be here, it's criminal for you to be here, period. But beyond that, I mean, like, that's clearly what he implied, right? I mean, obviously.
Sounds like this guy.
So
He's,
I don't even know why. I don't
short,
know.
isn't it? At least
And Baldy's
like
over here using horoscopes to figure out whether somebody is going to get rolled over by the mob. Like, that's why they ask about if you have money problems, by the way, is that it's about finding out if a person is more likely to take a bribe or take some sort of, what's the word for it? Like, basically be compromised.
we don't want in our neighborhoods.
That's the reason why.
I was all set with that. But in this particular case,
Yeah.
this is an individual that had permission to be working in the state of Maine.
Well, apparently not.
We vetted him. He took the extra step of risking his job to fly to Texas to take care of hearings.
It didn't work.
And for some reason, he was picked up last night.
For some reason. What do you mean for some reason?
We've all seen the 3-minute video.
Uh-huh.
And I've heard some people say, oh, it's hard to watch.
For some reason.
What was hard is that there were 5 to 7 ICE agents there. In my world, my colleagues, we've arrested some dangerous people on the back roads of Cumberland County
Yeah.
with 3 or less deputies. Yet, this was a show of force, a show of whatever they were trying to do with 7 people.
You would have never needed that many people if you guys had just cooperated with them and helped them. So, like, they wouldn't have needed that.
What's even more
pretty
disturbing is the
He's
comment
resisting? Yeah.
made by the witness
You see, he's fighting.
that videotaped this encounter,
What'd they say?
who said that in the 3 minutes they got out, they pulled a guy from the car,
Yeah.
handcuffed him, put him in the car, they all took off, leaving his car with the windows down, the lights on, unsecure, and unoccupied.
Okay.
They left it right on the side of the street. Folks, that's Bush League policing.
Are you really going to be calling out the way that they're policing while you have people take a polygraph? There's a reason why it's not admissible in court. It's bullshit. And then you didn't verify whether this guy was even a citizen, but you're out there talking shit about the way that they're doing things. You had illegals in your fucking area that you are hiring illegal aliens that are in your fucking state police, and you're saying that they're stupid because, oh, wow, and you're reading them horoscopes. This is nuts. ICE does polygraph too? It's stupid. You shouldn't look at polygraph as a verification. It's dumb. That's why it's not in courts.
Again, in my world,
Yeah.
you wait for a wrecker. You wait for somebody to come pick it up that the individual wants.
Yeah.
Or you get permission to drive the vehicle into a public parking spot and you lock it up and you give the person their car keys. You don't leave their
Yeah.
personal belongings.
You see this shift, right? It's not your fault for hiring an illegal alien and then having a system that apparently doesn't vet them properly. No, that's not your fault. It's their fault whenever they arrested the person that wasn't supposed to be here. And now let's focus on the fact that they didn't handle the car the right way. Let's talk about the car. Oh, well, well, you see, they didn't handle the car the right way. Trying to find anything. Yeah, he's deflecting blame. Exactly.
Unsecure along the streets of the city of Portland. It's not fair to the guy that owns the car. It's surely not fair to the Portland police. And it's what my understanding is going on.
Also new tonight, only on 12 News, Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays is bracing for a surge of ICE agents in the valley to carry out deportations. This is a scene that's been playing out in places like Minneapolis and Portland, and she's calling on the community to act as watchdogs.
In an exclusive interview, Mays also told our 12 News Bram Resnick that she's concerned about an Arizona gun law that could provoke deadly confrontations. Bram?
At Caribe, there's been a lot of anticipation in Valley communities about an ICE show of force in Phoenix. Attorney General Chris Mays told me she has a front row seat to what she believes is a push to expand ICE's presence here in the Valley.
Democratic Attorney General Chris Mays has a message
getting rolled around.
We are watching you. If you violate an Arizona law, I will prosecute.
You're not going to do anything. You're not going to do anything.
You.
Mays says her office has a front
They're protecting their illegal votes. Yeah, this is the reason why. The reason why they're worried is that this is their winning strategy. You have to understand, this is the reason why a lot of these people are fighting so hard to keep these illegals and keep ICE out of the area. The reason why is that these illegal aliens are like a key strategy voting block that they use and activate. And also, like, for example, illegals are counted in the census, and then the census is used to consider how many houses are in the state of representatives, right? And the House of Representatives, excuse me. And so that's the way that these things fit together. So it's not an immediate cause, but it's a cause and an effect and a cause and effect and a cause and effect. So that's it.
Seat to ICE's expansion here in
More
the
seats,
Valley.
exactly.
We can actually see it next door. The ICE building is literally right next door to this building.
The AG's office in downtown looks out over the ICE headquarters and its parking lot.
They just unloaded 2 truckloads of cars, both marked and undercover.
The AG's office posted this new page on its website for the community to report alleged misconduct by federal agents, including video and images of the events in question.
We are encouraging people to send us their videos, and they have every right under the First Amendment to record those videos.
They sure
do. If there are confrontations between residents and ICE agents, like we've seen in other cities, Mays is concerned they could turn deadly because of Arizona's so-called stand your ground law.
Here we go.
That makes Arizona very, very different from almost every other state where this buildup is happening, Bram, is that we're a stand your ground state.
The law allows citizens to defend themselves if they reasonably believe their life is in danger.
But I can give you a really, really good piece of advice. Don't try to shoot a federal officer. You'll die. You might kill him. You might shoot that guy and kill him. Maybe you're going to kill 2 of them. But one thing that I think this is one of the best lessons that Grand Theft Auto teaches you. You can't kill all of the police. You can't. Like, you can go to the station, you can blow up the station, and then there's another station and they're coming from the other way. And you can just keep killing the police for an hour, and then there's just more fucking police. It never stops. They just insta 5-star. Well, I'm saying, like, in that game, and I think that I remember whenever I thought to myself, okay, well, all I have to do is just kill all the police and then I can do whatever I want, right? But then I realized you just can't do that. And I think that kind of gave you, like, it gives you a new perspective on things. You just can't kill all of them. It's not how it works.
To be clear, you're not telling folks you have license if you are threatened
Well,
to shoot a peace officer.
No, but again, if you're being attacked by someone who is not identified as a peace officer, how do you know?
That's one reason Mays is
how could you identify them? Is it the thing that says police on their vest?
Demanding that ICE agents remove their masks.
Yeah.
If somebody comes at me wearing a mask and I can't tell whether they're a police officer, what am I supposed to do?
So if they're wearing
that is
but they have it right there. They have the badge right there. What do you mean?
So incredibly incendiary.
Attorney General.
Wow. Shouldn't be saying that. Yep, shouldn't be saying that at all. That's a big mistake to say. And she makes no sense. That's because she's a Karen. She's just a retard Karen. What do you expect? I mean, like, and she's trying to, and the reason why she's doing this is so they can escalate tensions and do that. This is incitement. When did it become acceptable to discuss shooting a federal agent? Exactly. Yeah, this is such a huge mistake. And eventually, I think that these people do need to be held accountable for this. One day, obviously, it will happen, but maybe not. How does seeing a face help you identify the police? Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. The reason why they're saying that is they want to incite violence against ICE, and they want people to attack and hurt ICE officers. So hopefully that violence will scare people into not being part of ICE, or it will cause so much chaos that, you know, maybe the federal government will say it's not worth it. That's the reason why they're doing it. And as soon as you understand that, everything else makes sense. So this is, people are mad about this?
Clearly. These are programs for every single New Yorker. Clearly. These are programs for every single New Yorker. These are not programs that are going to ask the immigration status of any one of the children. All of those children are New Yorkers. They should all be enrolled in pre-K and 3K, no matter where they were born or where they come from. And we are also proud to be a sanctuary city. What a sanctuary city means is that we have policies in place, policies that have existed for years in this city. That deny ICE agents access into schools,
3 rings,
hospitals, city properties, or even the properties of city contractors, unless those ICE agents can present a judicial warrant signed by a judge. We know that the vast majority of the time, ICE agents are not presenting that kind of documentation. If they're presenting any documentation, it tends to be an administrative warrant, and oftentimes there isn't any documentation even provided. So we want to make clear the rights of every New Yorker that they have, and very clearly.
So this is the shit that makes me mad. The shit that makes me mad about him is this. Why the fuck can we not get a guy that wants to do this, but only for Americans? Why do we have to have either this retard fucking let's give illegal aliens free health care, or nobody gets health care or child care, or nobody gets child care? Like, because I feel like in the middle, what you should have is somebody that's like, okay, we're going to have free child care. Yeah, we're going to raise your fucking taxes to pay for it. Too bad. And it's going to be mainly on corporations and rich people. Fuck you. And then you take the money and you say, if you're an American, if you're a citizen, you get this. Like, why is it that this happens? Like, it's by design. It's flawed by design, brother. It just makes me fucking mad. Yeah, prove your citizenship, you get free shit. It's not about helping people, it's about power. It just makes me mad, right? It is. He has to play to his base. So ICE can't go into schools, but criminals can go and hide there? Yeah, I don't know. Republicans are retarded. For them, any socialism is bad? I guess so. It's just so annoying. There's no love for the national identity. Again, elections have consequences. Everybody that voted for him knew this is what they were getting. That you knew for a fact this is what you were getting. So anybody that's like, oh, wow, this is a surprise. No, it's not, idiot. He said this the whole time. He was doing this the whole time. The idea that this is some kind of big, fucking reveal, right? A big shock. Oh, get the fuck out of here. Everybody knew this was going to happen. They lost too many virtue points with the Hamas shit? Yeah, I guess so. Americans, you mean natives? I mean all Americans? He's trying to make it equal for everyone? I care about American citizens. I don't give a fuck about a foreigner. Why would I give a fuck about a foreigner? Tell them to get the fuck out of my country. I don't want to pay for their shit. I don't want my taxes paying for their garbage. Fuck that. Get rid of them. Wait, what the fuck?
Moments ago, a group of agitators, a U-Haul van filled with shields. Oh, it's not coming up. All right. Shields and gear decided to come over here to the Whipple building and block traffic. They are currently trying to impede us from getting out of the building and going and do our mission. I'll tell you right now, they're going to fail. Because no matter what they put up in front of us, we are here to do a job to protect this community, to protect Minnesotans, and to keep the criminal legal aliens off the street and put them where they belong, back into detention, and remove them from this country.
Y'all have to arrest the people doing this. You have to be on the offensive. You can't just keep going and then hope that eventually... So this is what's going to happen, right? Is that eventually they will continue escalating and make things worse and worse and worse.
This week, ICRO conducted targeted enforcement operation to arrest Adrian Alexander Conejo Arias, an illegal alien who was released back into the interior of the United States by the previous administration.
Why would they release an illegal alien?
When officers approached Conejo Arias, he and his child were in a vehicle. Arias fled from law enforcement on foot, abandoning his child in the middle of winter in a vehicle.
So he just roached out on his kid? He said, "Sorry, champ, I gotta go." We roached out right there on his kid? Oh my God.
With that child, while other officers apprehended his father.
Did they get him?
Conducting the arrest,
oh, they got him.
Officers stayed with the child. They cared for him, took him to get something to eat.
See, that's the funniest thing about this to me is that whenever they run away, like, do you really think the cops aren't used to going after people that run away? Like, I mean, really, they're going to get you. I mean, they're going to get you, man.
From a drive-through restaurant and spent hours ensuring he was taken care of. Again, my officers did that, not his father.
Yep.
My officers did everything they could to reunite him with his family. Tragically, when we approached the door of his residence, the people inside refused to take him in and open the door.
Wait, they wouldn't even take the kid? Wait, what the fuck? So this guy, wait, bro, I feel bad for this kid. So let me get this straight. So the kid oh my God. Because they're all illegal? Yeah, what the fuck? This is what we're dealing with? Damn.
Let me say it again. They saw the young boy, and they refused to open the door and take him back.
What the fuck is going on?
This is the human side of the job that my officers do.
Isn't that weird, bro? Like, yeah. It might not even be their kid. This is typical? I guess so.
They are family men.
Imagine being 5 and you just spawn into this.
Women, they have children of their own. They sacrifice everything for their families.
Damn, that's stressful.
I know for a fact that they were heartbroken to see the child's own family leave him behind.
Miss saying some stuff about you? What's that son of a bitch saying? He talking shit about me? I like Myth.
Fortunately, Conejo Arias eventually requested that his child stay with him.
Not to worry about.
We do everything in our power not to separate families. So they took him back together.
Yeah.
To Minneapolis, here to the city, to the ICE facility for processing. And now they are being well cared for at a family residential center.
Yeah.
Pending their immigration proceedings.
Was that shit about you? If you find me a clip, I'll look at it.
This is the real face of ICE, ERO,
I don't know what he
Border
said.
Patrol, and our allied partners.
Damn. Damn.
Female esports is cooked. All right. What could it be? What could it possibly be? I'm gonna guess it's drama. Because getting like getting women to cooperate in a thing that is actually competitive is very hard.
So yesterday we talked about the Deadpool Creator Cup tournament that was held on January 18th to celebrate the release of Deadpool in Rivals. I'm going to start with a brief recap on this topic for anyone that wants to quickly refresh.
Just a quick pause, which is kind of weird because you would find it, you would think it would be the opposite, that women are better at collaborating than men, but it's actually not the case, I think. If I had to guess,
all women,
just based on personal experience, I'd say men probably cooperate more.
Their memory, but if you don't want to recap, skip to about 3 minutes and 10 seconds into this video, as that's where we get right into the new stuff, and there are some very amusing updates to go over. So we have Kingsman265, who is one of the best pro players in Marvel Rivals, and he was grouped up with a number of toxic female streamers for his team on this tournament, and they all attempted to gang up on him, to smear his reputation, and ultimately to even get him kicked from the tournament, which they succeeded in, because he dared to recommend that one of the women on his team, Zaza, switch off Black Widow. By the way, he was completely justified and correct about that. Because on top of Black Widow generally being one of the worst characters in the game every season, Zaza was also exceptionally terrible at playing Black Widow, as she oftentimes somehow went through the tournament with 0 elimination.
Black Widow is the type of character you have to be really good at aim to even play. So this is why like people get yelled at all the time when they pick Black Widow, because she's very high skill requirement to play.
And somehow even 0 assists. And she was even saying something about how she wanted to use this opportunity to finally show off her great Widow gameplay or something like that.
Jeez.
It's like 0 limbs, 0 assists, but she kept refusing to swap, some egotistical nonsense. And it's like, dude, if she's going to keep refusing, at least pack the rifle up and go melee Widow. Like, your aim is so bad that as horrible as melee Widow is, which is even worse than the rifle mode, it still would have been an improvement for her.
One thing that is interesting about these games, the thing about Rivals that's really fun, and these kind of games in general, is Rivals. So, like, the idea that you have to be really, really, really good at aim to play these games is not true. Some characters are really, really high aim requirement, and some are like really low aim requirement. You just have to pick a thing that's good, that fits your skill set. If your skill set is not aiming, then don't pick the best aim character in the game. Like, you can pick other characters, or I don't know, you can grind it out, right? But it's gonna be a hard time. But it's gonna be a hard time for you. But like, if you're not the best aimer, it's probably not a good idea to pick the highest aim requirement characters.
Would have had some assists if she would have like dove in there as melee Widow, backing Kingsman up as magic, which is essentially
not only that. There's like Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl is like not really an aim character, because you can't really aim. You have to predict where people are going to be to play Squirrel Girl. There's a Scarlet Witch who like doesn't really aim except for the blast, but the blasts are even, they're not even, they're like explosive. So it's, you aim at their feet. Typically, there's tanks that don't really aim. Yeah, there's a lot of characters you can play without having to aim.
That should never be said, but that's the reality of her life and how bad she is at this character. Anyways, long story short, these women get all offended at Kingsman, saying like, dude, you should probably swap off Widow. Like, we're gonna lose because of you. Like, please swap. They get all mad. They start playing victim, start trying to cancel Kingsman. They get him kicked from the entire tournament. But then people find out what happened. They start seeing how out of line these women acted. They all start defending Kingsman. These women write damage control nonsense posts that no one believes because it's full of 0 accountability and like attempting to play victim. CC starts talking.
I wouldn't want to be on a team with a bunch of women. That would be really annoying, to be honest.
Now she had this panic attack that no one believed because they saw the clips. And even if she wasn't lying about that, which she probably was, it still, of course, doesn't justify her actions. Zaza like runs to her boyfriend and has the boyfriend write some Google Doc against Kingsman that she was hyping up, like, oh, everyone will see the truth. That whole thing completely flops, and the boyfriend folds instantly, protects his entire Twitter account. These women lock all the responses on their damage control posts because they're just getting rightfully criticized and no one's believing them. And then I think it's Zaza. She starts saying like, oh, I locked the responses because of the misogyny and the sexism. And it's like, dude, the only comments there were saying like, you're a liar.
That's always the go-to, sexism. Oh, I got nothing, sexism.
It's saying like you should have just swapped off. Oh yeah, it's so sexist. So this is to say that they just did the classic thing of like throwing buzzwords out there and taking no accountability at all. Anyways, this recap's taken longer than I expected. It's just too much fun talking about this stuff. I cannot believe how these people act.
Yeah, he also plays a lot of Marvel, so he knows about a lot of this stuff.
Recap's taken longer than I expected. It's just too much fun talking about this stuff. I cannot believe how these people acted. Just so pathetic. Anyways, it all worked out really well for Kingsman. His Twitch, his YouTube, everything starts popping off, and he's actually seen more success than ever and probably made so much more money off the ad revenue and donations and subs he's been getting than he ever would have got from that tournament anyways. So, in a way, best possible outcome for bro. All right, on to the new stuff. Kingsman just joined Twitter and already has almost 50K followers, but he didn't join for no reason. As he says, hey everyone, I originally wasn't planning on posting this, but the first screenshot kind of messed with my vibes a bit. Obviously joking about how CC and Zaza were saying like, oh, Kingsman, be quiet, we just want good vibes, blah, blah, blah. And he says, so here it is, linking to his own Google Doc. The entire Google Doc is pretty dang short, compared to the Google Docs I've seen from like the VTuber community, which oftentimes people make like dozens of pages of what ends up being nothing burger central. Nevertheless, I'll still point out what I find to be like the highlight areas here. The beginning of this is already pretty hilarious because we instantly have Kaplunk, once again, that's Zaza's boyfriend, talking about that whole Google Doc that Kaplunk had made. And some redacted person here talking about getting Kingsman kicked off the team, saying, don't worry, plenty of people in line are just as good. Kingsman, like everybody else, is replaceable. Man. I don't know why this person got redacted, though. They definitely seem like they're part of the problem. It seems like Kingsman is not the person who redacted that other user and this was sent to him or something, because he speculates that the redacted person is CC. He says that he's 99% sure that's CC and points out, once again, as we already know, that Kaplunk is Zaza's boyfriend. Then we have some DMs between CC and Kingsman, but I'm going to skip this because I'm not trying to hear all of CC's gaslighting. Sucks that Kingsman had to deal with that, but I'm not going to subject myself to that either. The long and short of it, though, is that this is not good for CC, and there are some parts that are especially bad for her. For example, where many people are talking about this section saying that CC never even meant her apology. Well, we already knew that, but you know, here's further evidence backing that up. CC saying to Kingsman, oh, sorry, are you uncomfortable that I'm taking no for an answer? The same way you didn't take no for an answer for an hour? Or the fact that the only thing you said to the team was about money? Like, seriously, bro? YTF would I want to kick you if I insisted you stay after you said you want to go play ranked? Thanks for throwing me under the frickin' bus and into unlimited harassment for X amount of weeks, if not months. Well, we already know that these people wanted Kingsman kicked from the team. So if she was telling him that, I don't actually want you kicked, again, that was probably her gaslighting. That was probably a lie. Saying one thing to bro and then behind the scenes acting a completely different way and trying to get him kicked. Classic. And then you gotta love the ending there where she's just trying to play victim once again. Like, oh, you're getting me thrown into harassment for weeks or months. Like, dude, you're getting rightful criticism, not harassment. And she did this to herself. This is not Kingsman's fault. He's reacting to what you guys did to him. Take some accountability. This is hilarious, too. She then says, get your freaking clicks now, all because your own actions got you banned, and you can't accept that. Usually I would be mature, but I don't owe you that. If you can't even see how you're in the wrong, you're just a jerk for harassing Zaza for a whole hour and making her upset even after we said to stop. And now I'm getting that harassment 10 times fold. And finally, she says, hello, do you have any response? Just like you want 40K, I want some peace of mind for the next time I go live.
Jeez.
It gets even crazier, though, because then we have some more of these female Marvel rival streamers that, yeah, again, these people came over from Overwatch. And, you know, they bring their pathetic behavior along with them. But their messages get leaked. And here's what they're saying. Some person named Sammy, I should say, says, I'm sorry, I'm already losing brain cells from how stupid this is. Oh my gosh. I'm seeing everything going on today, and since Kaplunk was the one who went to production, I'm not gonna lie, I would be furious with him. He hurt so many careers. Oh my gosh, dude. That's so pathetic. He hurt so many careers. His Google Doc failed, the Google Doc that we all kind of wanted him to write, you know, but it failed, so we're gonna blame him now. Dude. Unbelievable. Who even is this person anyways? And then we have some other random person, Lady Quad. Okay.
Rank 1 CC defender.
Might as well just say like #1 biggest loser. I have no idea what she's talking about anyways. I'm just going to move on to the next part. Just I think it's an example of how fake she is what I get out of this. Oh, it keeps getting worse though. Then this other person, Ashlyn, chimes in. Says, it really is at CC, at Zaza Stack. Don't let these people try and bully you off the internet. I know it's annoying, but use it as an opportunity to gain favor from people who support you. The parasocials will forget about it in a few days when they move on to the next thing. Basically, it's free ad revenue. And so then this rival streamer, Ashlyn, then starts going off about how CC is getting too much hate, and it's mostly just misogyny. Once again, no, it's not. Most of it is justified, rightful criticism.
Yep.
Miss us with your buzzwords. No one falls for that nonsense anymore.
It's so stupid that it's like a lot of these kind of people, they use whatever their immutable characteristic is as a shield from criticism. It's like you literally can't say anything, even normal guys. Criticizing people's picks is like pretty fucking classic in these games. Like I'm just being real. Like it happened, guys. When I played Overwatch, I played Ana and Sombra the month that they came out, and I mained them. The amount of bitching that I got was through the roof. You just gotta get used to it. Just like suck it up, you know what I mean? I don't know, like people are gonna do that. Sombra boo, dude. Sombra was kind of underrated, to be honest.
We're in 2026.
Sombra was really
good.
good.
Ashlyn says everybody deserves empathy. It doesn't matter if you think the person deserves the hate or not. Yeah, where was that energy for Kingsman? They only say this nice stuff when it's like directed to a side that they support. But if it's people they don't support, oh, they're totally fine with them getting hate. People see this stuff, they start directly calling.
Picks are far from an immutable characteristic. No. Yes, they're not. That's not what I meant. What I was saying is that they use their immutable characteristic to cover for any other source of criticism. Is what I meant.
Ashlyn out, saying stuff like, "Isn't this literally Ashlyn FPS?" LMAO.
Like, I get shitted on all the time. I'm just used to it, you know. Honestly, like maybe all of this coddling of people online in online games is a bad thing. I don't know. Because I don't give a fuck. If somebody tells me, like, your pick is bad, fucking switch, and, like, I don't think it's bad, I just don't switch. I just don't switch.
All these rival women content creators are the same. Holy smokes, they're so
cry
terrible.
About it.
Yo, Ashlyn, where's the fake apology dropping? When's the fake apology dropping? Yeah, I'm so disappointed to see this from Ashlyn. I thought she was cool, but I guess she sides herself with bullies. Making this even more hilarious is how on January 20th, Ashlyn came out with a public statement trying to act neutral, but clearly in a very manipulative way. And behind the scenes, we clearly see that Ashlyn was certainly not neutral, very clearly on CC's side, on Zaza's side, which the community note even points out.
Dude, I kind of want to play Marvel tonight. You guys want to play Marvel? Wait, let me see if I have anyone to play Marvel tonight. I want to play Marvel.
We'll read that first, then
love
we'll
Marvel.
read Ashlyn's attempted gaslighting.
I'm
so
bad,
the community
though.
note reads, this user, Ashlyn, was heavily backed by CC and Zaza, defended harassment, and otherwise engaged.
I'm like so washed at FPS games, man. It's so bad. I'm washed in general on gaming. Like, I'm just gonna be real. I used to be so much better. It feels so bad.
in various character assassinations against Kingsman, including inventing false allegations. It would be unwise to consider Ashlyn FPS unbiased in any capacity. So yeah, look how manipulative this is from Ashlyn FPS. It says, I collected more details on this drama, and I'm willing to give a serious input. My genuine opinion on this is everybody was being cringe. CC, Kingsman, Zaza, everybody. From a content creator's perspective, nobody was in the right here. The point of a creator tournament is to meet new creators, to network, and grow all of our communities together. This concept was clearly overridden by the prize pool being $40,000. It should have never been this big for this type of tournament, and was a huge oversight. It's too much for a community whose pro scene can hardly even regulate their own emotions. The best thing for everybody to do is to not escalate the situation.